Hello everybody, welcome to a random little video here. So, in this random little video here, we're just going to be unboxing a old Atari game. So, I figured this would be a little fun thing to do. Mostly because it'd be cool to like unbox something and just like show off all the contents inside. Especially something that's been preserved since like 1982. So it's like this whole like thing, well, it says 1981 at the front. The back says 1982. But this is an Atari 8-bit cartridge. This is a either 400 or 800 game. I don't know where it says that. Does it say it anywhere? It just says Atari on it. I know it's a computer game though, because the computer games come in these ginormous boxes. Like seriously, these boxes are huge. Like this is insanely big. Like here's the rhythm game controller in the back. Like it's about the same size almost. Like in terms of height or whatever. But there we go, got that cool little box here. It says save $5 right up there. My setup is not acquired for boxes this big. We got old little price tags on there, so that means whatever store had it before never could sell it. You can see it went through multiple price cuts, which is kind of sad to see that, isn't it? So we got the original list price, which was $44.95, which I could not even imagine what that equals to nowadays. And then of course you got the redone price that the store sold it in. I don't know which store sold this. It doesn't really say anywhere, really. It says $34.99, and of course you have still the 34 right there, or it could be 39 to be honest. There, how they did the little numbering right there is kind of weird. And of course you have this little barcode right here, which is pretty cool, I guess. But let's get to unboxing now. So let's see. This would be a pretty little fun thing to unbox. I'm trying to figure out. And this is going to be one of those moments where the whole internet could be mad at me because I'm opening something. Because everyone's like, you can go get it graded by WADA or whatever. It's like, why would I do that? I want to play the game. Let me play the game. Oh my god. I was hoping that would stretch a bit more. See if I can... Any place I can get a pierced hole in there? Try not to damage the box. It's like, I want the box, I just don't want to damage the box. I want it open. Let's see, is that gonna give us enough leeway? It will! Sweet. So, that's gonna be pretty interesting. So, we're finally getting it coming off now. And of course, you got a lot of silver paint that's coming off with it, because who knows the conditions this thing has been through in all of its years. A lot of paint's coming off on it, jeez. Didn't think that much paint would come off. Okay. And there we go, the shrink wrap is off. And of course, our box did lose a bit of paint, which is kind of sad. But I guess that's the quality there of the paint job that was done there, and it being stuck in a box so long. Which is kind of sad, but it still looks pretty nice. Especially the front, where that's like where it kind of really matters the most. And to be honest, whoever had this before probably didn't leave it in the best of condition either, because there's like bends and everything in it too. So who knows the whole condition aspects of this whole box here. And now we're going to open up another little flap, which is also not easy to open up. Contains one Quicks program cartridge and instructions. This is for an Atari computer with at least a minimum of 16K of RAM. Kilobytes of RAM. So we got the instruction manual. This one's actually a bit smaller than other ones I've seen so far. And of course, if we look actually inside the box, it is filled with empty space. A lot of it. Like, there's just empty space there and empty space there. And we got a left cartridge there. And of course, if we look deeper inside the box, there's still more nothing. Oh, nope, there's actually a few more things in here. So I guess let's see, I'll try grabbing some of the rest of this out real quickly. Let's see, can I grab out the next thing? And of course, now it's just a full-on empty box in there. Well, let's put that to the side, because we got some cool little things to look into. So first off, we got the cartridge in here. This is Kicks. This is actually a really fun game. I don't know if anyone else has played this, but I will do a review for it at some point. I just wanted to show off a whole unboxing thing, because let's be honest, it's cool to open up some random old school game that hasn't been opened up for years and showed off. But of course it's Quicks. It says left cartridge on top. This is for the Atari 800. So in the 800 computers, there was a left cartridge port and a right cartridge port. And of course, the games usually stuck to the left cartridge port. I haven't seen any that said right cartridge port yet, but haven't really looked that hard into it. Recently, just got my Atari XE, which that system only has one cartridge port, so it just kind of jams in there. And of course, you can't see the motherboard or anything like that in there, because why would you be able to? How these originally work was like there's a whole spring system and like two little tabs push up the little mechanism right here. It's mainly so you don't touch the motherboard and damage it or whatever, which they used to worry about that. Nowadays, they don't care. They're like, you can touch them pins whenever you want. You can look at a modern Switch cartridge, and they're like, have fun. Lick it if you want to. It tastes like crap. And of course, it says, get more from your computer with Atari Home Management, Learning, Personal Development, Programming, and APX Home Computer Software. And of course, it's telling you what all the magical things you can do with your wonderful Atari. Let's see. You can imagine what you can do with these great programs. Home management, which you can't actually do this on the XE. And the XE, there's like a banking management thing inside, like your like a bookkeeper type thing inside the basic programming. I was messing around with that the other day because we were trying to figure out how like all the basic works. So that's a cool thing. Talks about some other type of cool little basic stuff though. We got a word processor and organized records, home filing manager. Pretty fun stuff there. And then we got cool little learning things. Got some random little like math games or whatever, which I guess we can try grabbing some of those one day and doing reviews on this channel. We got some for personal development. Learned some different languages with your Atari. Learned how to do touch typing and music composing. Not great a musician, but I can probably ask my sister or girlfriend to do a whole little music thing. They know how to do music. I'm not a great musician, but one of them can probably do it. I could probably see one of them. I don't know, they'd have fun with it. One of them would. They like messing around with computers, so they're just like me. They just know how to do music better than me. And of course, we got programming down here. And of course, it talks about like basic and stuff like that, which I have basic actually already pre-downloaded into my XE. And of course, we have a $5 coupon that allows us to get a wonderful amount off our next Atari purchase. I wonder if it's still in date. It is not. It apparently expired in December 31st of 1983. I think I'm a bit late. And of course, it tells you how to save still more money on there. Atari, if you're watching this video, can I maybe get that $5 coupon off? I know y'all still make Atari 2600 games and controllers still. Now, of course, we got the instruction manual here, which is actually quite smaller than some other cartridge-based games I've picked up so far. Because I've seen some other cartridge games with like huge instruction manuals. And of course, it's just describing how to play the game, which I can do that in a later video. If you haven't played Quicks, all you're doing is just trying to claim the most territory without getting touched by a little beam of light. And also these little zapper things right there. Game's pretty simple. It's really fun and addictive, I say. It's one of the really random Taito games, and I got a little image of it in gameplay. So the idea is you're this little thing right there. You're drawing out lines and trying to not get touched by that thing or the little things going around. And you're trying to claim at least like certain amounts of field in the game. Most of the time it is 75%, but I know there's certain versions that like go up a bit, so like there's 80% and stuff like that. It is pretty cool to see this though. As you see there, it talks about how much percentage of the land he has, as you see there. He's actually got quite a bit. Pretty fun game. I do recommend trying it at some point. And of course it shows like all the little things, the sparks, the fuses, the kicks itself, which I didn't even know that was called that. I just figured that was the name of the game, not the enemy's name. But of course you got more fun little images here. And of course, it's just the joys of having instruction manuals. I do miss this part of gaming. And especially these like really older ones where like all of it's in color. It tells you like every little specific detail. Got these nice color images of CRTs, which you know they had to do like some fancy stuff to get that to happen. Because this was like before capture software. So that meant they had to like properly do like this whole like blackout thing and take a nice picture of the CRT. I've done it before. It's not easy taking pictures of CRTs or doing video on them. It takes a lot of adjustments with the cameras, even nowadays with modern cameras, because you have to match up like frame rates and stuff like that, or the frame rates, and how to get like proper lighting and stuff like that. If not, it reflects back at you and all that stuff. But it is cool to see the wonderfulness that they did all this effort just to like have players read through this, even if it is such a simple game. So, props to you, older Atari, for keeping up with your customer base. And of course, we have the wonderful limited 90-day warranty, which I don't know if this still could work. Guess if you take this Atari, maybe. I just recently got this, so maybe the 90 days starts now. I doubt that, but it'd be really cool if it did. It'd be cool to send this into Atari nowadays and be like, can I get something out of it? Give me a copy of what was it? Oh, man. They do a lot of cool things nowadays. They're like re-releasing like 2600 and 7800 games. Sadly, no 400 or 800 games, or XE games, which I think is kind of a missed opportunity, because there's like so much content on these computers, because like they lasted for about like a solid 10 years or so. And even nowadays, you still have the homebrew scene and stuff like that, so like, I feel like they could look into it one day. Atari Inc., when they lived in Sunnyvale, California. Don't know if they are still there or not today. Got their number to call up, so I guess you could try calling that number. If anyone calls that number, tell me how it goes. And of course, all the wonderful little Atari things, just a cool little warranty stuff. Nowadays, you don't really deal with this type of stuff really too often, because like, I guess if you get an item, you could just use whatever Amazon does and like just send it back or whatever. Because usually now it's like the distributor that has more of the rights or whatever for like returns and stuff like that. But pretty cool to still see this stuff. And there we go. Well, I didn't get much in this whole little set here, but we got the cartridge and the wonderful little inserts in the inside. And we got a really cool box as well, which may have lost a bit of its luster with the paint kind of peeling off with the plastic, but it's still such a pretty box. It's a nice part about this old Atari artwork is like it's so nicely detailed and everything. Like the artist who worked on these things like clearly had so much attention and care put into it. Like it'd be cool to like get one of these like original pieces and have it on your wall or whatever. Probably not for kicks, but there's like other ones that you could do. And it's just cool that they tried so hard to keep up with this cool little style here. It's more like reminiscent of the later 5200 style of games, but that's mostly because the 5200 was like a redone Atari 8-bit computer. I forget which model it was, but if you like the 5200 but want a way to actually use its controllers and actually enjoy the games, I recommend looking into the Atari 8-bit line. They're basically pretty much that. It's like a 5200, but like you can actually use the controller and play with it and stuff like that. Really cool way of doing it. I recommend getting into them. I recently got a hold of one. I had to do a little bit of fixing on it, but I'm going to enjoy some games on it. And I'm going to go enjoy this copy of Kicks. So, let's slap it in the Atari. So I guess that is pretty much it. I'll do a quick nice review of this game a little bit later on, but I just kind of wanted to show the whole unboxing process of the Atari 800 or 400 game. So, hopefully y'all enjoy this, and to all the collectors out there who will probably scream at me, have fun watching this video. I'm gonna go play some Kicks now.